All right, how's it going, you guys? Welcome back to some more Sabbat. I think I kind of have an idea of what possibly is going on. So we just had a little bit of a conversation with Ayachi, and we were learning about heart fragments and all these different things. Where is it? Right here. She's going to see someone that knows a little bit more about them. We started having kind of these flashbacks, but then we're like, they're a little bit less intense than they were at the occult club. I'm wondering if this is going to be kind of like Cafe Stella, except it's centered more on the school. Maybe it's our classmates and other people, and that's what we're going to be kind of focusing on. So probably something more like that, which, is a good and a bad thing. I liked the whole idea behind the cafe and things like that. But I mean, the school could work just as well. I'm just not a huge fan of school environments. You guys know that. You know this. Anyways, we just woke up and we're going to see where the day takes us. I stretch out and slowly wake up. Yeah, I'm feeling fine today. Looks like I got over my nausea from yesterday. The voices felt a lot more distant. I should be able to sleep okay as long as it stays like this. Though I'm feeling kind of tired today. Yeah, I feel that. I should hurry and get up. Dad might come to wake me up if I waste too much time. I don't want to deal with this nonsense in my current mood. Why can't he act his age and be calmer? Oh, right. Pick up my phone I left on my desk. No new text. I was hoping Ayachi-san would send one. Does that mean there was no progress? Or was it just all a dream? Some kind of elaborate joke? I wish. But after thinking it through, it's apparent that what happened yesterday was very real. Besides, my dream last night was the same as the waking dream yesterday. This is too much to chalk up to coincidence, which means those heart fragments really are inside me. Even though it's not my fault, I still feel really guilty about having something stolen of Ayachi-san's. Why don't I just text her instead? I hate to tell you, the heart fragments weren't the first thing you stole a look at, okay? Do you not remember anything that happened in the library? I don't think anybody else has seen that, so I would say you got a pretty good look into her life. Ba-dump, ba-dump. Good morning, Ayachi-san. This is Hoshina. Have you learned anything new regarding the matter from yesterday? Looks good. A normal text like this should be fine to send, right? Okay, time to send it. Just send it. Let's not text her after all. I know it's just a freaking text, but embarrassment mixed with a variety of other emotions gets in my way. I ultimately can't press the send button. Guy, this is the best way to just say something that's out there, is to just send a text. You're not even sending anything weird. You're literally just asking. You're following up. That's what you need to learn. I mean, you're going to be Japanese, and in the business world, I'm sure they want you to follow up with things. They want you to be cordial, you need to be polite, but you need to be persistent.
じゃあ父さん先に出るから戸締まりはよろしくね。
Sure, see you.
行ってきます。
Bye-bye. Keep it down, Daddy. Disturbing the neighbors. Thanks to energetic personality, it's always bright and cheerful at home. I feel like that personality of his actually does a lot for me, though that doesn't change how annoying he can be. Okay, time to go. After checking that the windows are locked and the gas is turned off, I leave the house. The gas is turned off? Are you talking about on the stove? Yeah, you're doing better than me. I would have checked that while I was at the stove. Wow, these are some really, really cool CGs. I absolutely love this. This is what I love about Japan. They got clean roads. They got big, clean sidewalks. So you can actually, like, bike or walk. Unlike here in America, where everything is falling apart because we built everything for cars. And you know what? Cars suck. I have to drive a car, but I like to be able to walk places. I like there to be interesting things to walk to. And you know what? America has very few of those. It's just, Japan is just a beautiful place and you can walk anywhere. Yeah, like 10 minutes and you're where you need to be. Just a stone away from school gates stands a person I didn't expect to see.
おはようございます、星名くん。
Good morning. Ayachi-san, good morning. What are you doing here?
星名くんを待っていたんです。一緒に来てほしいところがありまして。
If you want me to accompany you to school, that's why I'm here. I come regardless of whether you're accompanying me or not. Is this about yesterday?
はい。昨日のことを相談したら、実際に会って確認したいと言われて。
Oh, it's a girl this time. Okay, so it's not a cat.
だからお願いです。一緒に来てくれませんか?
You want us to skip school and go there right now?
できれば早いうちがいいので。
Oh, no, we can't do this, Ayachi. We can't skip school. That's the one place we have to be no matter what. We can't, throw away our education. What would we be in society without it? I'm a little hesitant to skip school. Resolving this matter of Ayachi-san is important. I doubt this will take the entire day anyways. Okay, I'll come.
ありがとうございます、星名くん。
This is how you become delinquents. I guess I'll give Kaido a call and tell him that Hishashimi Sensei that I'm gonna be late. Still having trouble pronouncing that, by the way. That has not changed. Oh no, it's a cafe. Is this whole game just like Cafe Stella just took this and ripped it off? Is that what I'm feeling right now? Look at the building Aichi-san led me to, dumbfounded.
はい、私の知り合いが営んでる喫茶店です。
Schwarze?
シュバルツカッツェ。ドイツ語で黒猫という意味ですね。
Oh no, it's another black cat. Why is it always a cat? So, Schwarze? Cats? Okay, I can't do German either. I have some German in me somewhere. Apparently I'm mostly Swedish, and then I have a little bit of German, and that's kind of like what my background is, right? Like from my ancestors. But do you think I can speak either of those languages? Absolutely not. Not at all.
ここに会ってほしい人がいます。
I don't know how to feel about going into such a chic cafe. I think chic? Is he saying chic? Like I think like that's supposed to mean it's more catered towards women, I believe.
それじゃあ入りましょう。
The sign says it's closed though.
約束しているので大丈夫です。
So we're gonna get a
それに、
female black cat this time.
と言いますか、かなり不思議な話になると思いますから、他に人がいない方が都合もいいので。
Oh boy, is this gonna be like where we have a part-time job? Yeah, makes sense. At least there's no butterflies this time.
いらっしゃい。
Wow, it even looks kind of similar. Nanao. Okay, what do we think about Nanao? We just met her. She's got pink hair, reminds me of a certain character. Yeah, I feel like they just ripped off Cafe Stella ripped off this, because this was first, obviously. It looks very similar, like this whole the whole seating area just looks really the same. I know the cafe are greeted by a pretty mature woman. I like pretty and mature women too. I know Beast. I was talking to him recently. Beast really is into the more mature characters, and I didn't know, but he hates sister characters. So I think that's why you guys like me, because I apparently tolerate sister characters and he doesn't. That's why you guys make me play the sister games, because I have to make up for what he lacks. I don't know about Scott. Maybe Scott likes sister characters. I don't know. I hate to say it, but I've definitely warmed up to sister characters. I actually don't hate them as much as I do, unless they're just a bad character. I don't hate them purely for being a sister character now. But mature women are nice too. What is her name? Misato from Neon Genesis Evangelion? Let's be honest. When you guys were 15, if she started, trying to groom you, you would let her, okay? And I'm almost probably to the age that she was, and I'd still let her, okay? Birds of a feather flock together. Where there's one pretty girl, there's always more. Hell yeah, my guy. That's what I'm talking about.
七尾、彼が昨日話した人です。ねねから話は聞いてるよ。
I'm Hoshina Shuji. Nice to meet you.
相馬七尾、シュバルツカッツェのオーナーだ。よろしく。
Okay. I think we like her. Like I said, I haven't met a character I don't like so far. Besides our dad, I think I don't know, he's complaining about our cooking, and I don't know if I like that. Soma-san it is then. She looks me over head to toe. Gotta say, I feel pretty nervous getting praise like this.
ほう、なるほど。気配がするね。こちらに足を踏み入れている。いや、混じっている。
Is she calling us a
これは
girl?
珍しいな。混じっている？それってどういうことですか、七尾？
I'll have you know Shuji is not that feminine, okay?
その前に注文を聞こう。 話には少し時間がかかりそうだ。
I don't know. Can I go with you to the back? Is that an order?
ネネの気持ちはわからないでもないが、落ち着いた方がいい。
Brew me
と
the
び
good
きりのを
stuff.
入れてあげよ
Hell yeah. That's what I'm trying to do.
じゃあダージリンを。
Oh gosh, it's exactly the same. That's what they used to order in Cafe Stella.
う。星名くんは？ちなみに私としてはブレンドがおすすめなんだが、コーヒーが苦手じゃないならどうだろうか。
I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't even really drink hot coffee anymore. I used to like exclusively drink hot coffee, and now I exclusively drink cold brew. So I really like cold brew. But I mean, I'll drink other things. I really like lattes. Generally though, I like a little bit of a more medium. House blend is probably a medium, right? I like a medium, or I like a lighter blend. I say that though, yeah, I drink black coffee for cold brew. But maybe I like it. Maybe I just like it cold. I don't know. I'm more new to the coffee space. I didn't really grow up drinking it. That's something I've experienced probably this year. I've started drinking coffee this year. Kind of crazy.
かしこまりました。
Someone starts expertly brewing our tea and coffee. A nice scent starts wafting through the cafe before long. I don't know about tea yet, though. I've not found tea that I absolutely love. Man, hand-brewed coffee is completely different from the instant stuff. I don't mess with the instant stuff. I've heard some people are like, oh yeah, it's still good. I'm like, I don't want all that. I don't want all that crap. Don't give that to me. I watched Soma-san in fascination until she brings us our orders a few minutes
お
later.
待たせしました。
Thank you. Lured in by the fragrance, I take my first sip. Are we still talking about the coffee? Because, I mean, why would you be looking at the coffee when you got, you know, the pink, beautiful woman right in front of you? You know what I'm saying? This is good. It's black, yet still pleasant to drink.
こちらはダージリンです。
ありがとうございます。
Aichi-san also takes a sip of her black tea. Now the two of us have settled in, Soma-san begins to talk.
さて、説明しよう。
Okay.
まず結論から言うとだね。星名くんが取り込んでしまった心のかけらを回収することはおそらく可能だ。
You know, I like her better already. She starts with the conclusion. You know, it's like a TLDR.
かけらについては聞いているんだったかな。
Yeah, Aichi-san explained it to me. Why is it only most
こん
likely?
な事態は初めてで想定外だ。だから確証はない。だが可能なはずだ。ただすぐに問題が片付くことはないと思う。
We won't be able to fix anything.
それに解決できるかは
Hmm.
正直なところ星名くんにかかっている。というか星名くんにしか解決できない。
Yeah, I'll get right to that after I'm done with your route, okay? I promise. Really.
そもそも星名くんはどうして心のかけらを取り込んでしまったのか。
The reason being...
星名くん、おそらく君の胸には穴が開いてる。
wouldn't that kill me? A hole.
もちろん肉体的な話じゃない。
Ah, gotcha. I'm on the same page, I
精神的な話だ。
promise.
君の心にはぽっかりと大きな穴が開いてるはずなんだ。
I haven't been imagining what a route with you would be like at all. Nope.
人の心は脆いものでね。ちょっとした感情でバランスを崩すこともあるし、時には欠けることも穴が開くことだってある。
I mean, I don't know about a hole, but yeah, the human heart is fragile. I'll absolutely agree there.
穴って私も初耳です、七尾。
Here's what I'm guessing is going to happen. So, she's not going to get a route, or it's going to be an absolutely gimped one. Like they gave a certain character in Cafe Stella. I say a certain character because that's me covering up for the fact I don't even remember her name. Because they didn't give her hardly anything in her route, which pissed me off. It was like literally 2 episodes. And, you know, if I'm doing a route in 2 episodes, it's because it's short, not because I really made them longer, okay? And it pissed me off that they did that. So I'm guessing she's probably not going to get a route. You guys have told me that her route, Aichi, Nene's route, is the best. You guys said that's like the definitive route. And I'm hoping hers is just the best and it's not because the other ones are bad. Because I'm gonna be really disappointed if some of these other girls have just terrible routes. Like, I really am interested in Toko. I think Toko sounds like a fun character, so I'm hoping her route's really good.
この年頃で穴が開くのはかなり珍しいからな。言わなくてもいいかと思っていたんだよ。
But I guess what I was trying to say is that she probably isn't getting a route now. Because if she did, it'd probably be the best. Or it's really gimped, and that's why it's not the best. Courtesy, and one so young, I thought there would be no need for you to know. No need for me to know what? That I have a hole? Is it really that unusual?
まあね。心に穴が開いているというのは、そうだな。諦めを受け入れていると言えば少しは伝わるかな。
Are you just talking about having depression? Because I think nowadays the rate of depression is probably the highest it's ever been. I think like depression and anxiety. I think having all the technology we do has probably made that worse. I say that as someone who really loves technology. Like, don't get me wrong. I think it's great and it's absolutely a beautiful thing. But I think having communication through technology, even like what I'm doing right now, kind of separates people in a way. Like, you're not having that one-on-one in-person interaction. I do think that has a negative effect on people's psyche, you know, like their mental well-being. I think inevitably that kind of happens unless you can find a balance, which I think technology just makes it so easy and convenient not to have balance in that sense. I'm not saying like technology will inevitably lead everybody to being depressed or having anxiety of some kind, but I'm just saying it makes it much easier to do so.
諦め。
星名くんには大きな悩みがあるだろう。しかし、その悩みを解決させることを完全に放棄している。違うかな。
Completely given up on something. What would that something be?
心に穴が開くというのはね、悩みを解決させることを諦めている状態によくあることだ。
Oh, well, shit. Everyone's gonna have a hole in their heart. Like, that's gonna be like half of our generation, like I was just talking about.
どうしようもないことと受け入れ、見限り、諦める。
I mean,
何か心当たりはないかな、星名くん。
what is it? Is it hikomori? Is that what they call them? The people that just kind of like live in their apartment. They don't ever leave. Like that's a real thing. I think even in the United States, I think people would do that if they could. I think it's just so unaffordable. You literally can't afford to live like that unless your parents enable it. I just think the reality is that life is hard, and a lot of people would, if they had the option to, if they could afford it, would choose to do that. It's definitely easier to run away from your problems than facing them. And kind of like how I talked about with Shuji, kind of in the, I believe it's the first episode. Like, if I had a similar problem to him, where I got like this bitter taste every time I told someone no, or like they were disappointed with me, I would just not go around people at all. I would just shut myself in. It's either hikomori or hikamori. I'm one of those. Some of someone's words have thoroughly captured the state of my mind. I avert my eyes out of embarrassment. It's like she's seen right through me.
どうやらあるようだ。なら、やはりその穴にかけらは引き寄せられたんだろう。心にも傷を癒そうとする作用はあるからね。
I mean, is that a positive thing for us then?
けれど、他人のかけらでは星名くんの心を埋めることはできない。
Dang, there's the downside, I guess.
それじゃあ、かけらを回収するためには
星名くんの心を埋める必要がある。つまり、彼が抱える悩みを解決させなければならないということだ。
I really don't want them to go there, but I have a feeling they're kind of heading that way. It's gonna be like, I want to be in love, or I don't want to be a virgin anymore. I want to have my first kiss. It's gonna be something like that. I already know where this is going based off Cafe Stella.
そのためにはまず、星名くんの悩みを聞かせてもらえないことには話にならないわ
Like,
けだ
I'm
けど。
just seeing the resemblance here to Cafe Stella, so it's probably gonna be very similar problems.
星名くん。
All eyes gather on me. It's a little uncomfortable being on the focus of attention, but there's no hiding from their gazes. Just embrace it. Just embrace it. You got two beautiful girls staring at you. You should just start making demands. You have all the power. All the cards are in your hand. Now it's come to this. I get the feeling that Aichi-san will look at me with distrust no matter what I say here. May as well just tell them the truth. Oh, so is his problem actually going to be like figuring out how to like fix this problem? Okay, if they're going to go that way, I'm much happier. Like, please don't make it about him being a virgin. Like, something stupid like that. Make up my mind and explain to them how I can perceive the feelings of others through my five senses and provide specific examples of this happening.
他人の気持ちが伝わるか。なるほど。確かに軽々しく他の人間には言えない悩みだ。
I've been told that it could be a highly developed level of sensitivity or multi-modal. Oh my gosh, big words. I feel like I know how to say that. I'm just not going to. I'm not feeling up to it today. Sorry. I could even be an empath. Doctors can't figure out what it is, or there probably isn't a cure either way.
あくまで体質だって病気ではないだろうからね。
It's a condition, not a disease. Yeah, I know about diseases.
質問してもいいですか？
Go ahead.
それは例えば私が今何を考えているのかも分かったりするんですか？
No, my senses aren't that developed. I can't read thoughts. I can only roughly sense the feelings of others and nothing more. I can tell when someone is lying or hiding something, but I can't tell what it is they're hiding.
まず間違いなく君の心の穴はそれが原因だろう。
じゃあ穴を埋めるためにはその能力を何とかしないといけないんですね。
Okay, thank goodness. It was something normal. Like he's going that route. Why do I even have this ability anyways?
もしかして星名君はご両親にもその能力について相談してないのか？
I mean, how the hell would you bring this up with someone? They would just think you're crazy. Dad knows about it. We haven't talked about it in detail. What do you ask? Yeah, he probably just thinks you're crazy.
なら母君は？
My mom passed away in an accident when I was just 2 years old.
そうか。いや、それは申し訳ないことを聞いた。
It's okay, I don't remember after all. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, somebody that had an accident like that when they were that young isn't gonna care. Like, it's gonna be like, oh yeah, I wish I knew my mother. You know, kind of a bummer. But it's like they didn't have a relationship with them to begin with.
そうか。だから何も知らされていないのか。
I mean, they had a bond. I'll say that. Like, you know, because I have a 2-year-old, and I would consider us to have a bond. And if, like, something happened to me, she'd be sad. But, like, she wouldn't... I don't know. She wouldn't have a lot of memories, like, growing up.
七尾、穴を埋める方法については何かないんですか？
具体的な方法は今のところは思いつかない。
そうですか。
Then what about in theory?
穴を埋めるっていうのは要するに諦めを受容している状態でなくなればいいということだ。
I mean, it would be kind of hard because like, where the hell did this ability come from? Like, where would you even go to solve the problem of like, hey, I have this and I don't know what to do with it. Am I supposed to embrace it? Am I supposed to like try to get rid of it and just do the bare minimum, you know, to make people happy? I don't blame him for just resigning himself because where this isn't common, like nobody else has this. You don't have any. You can't Google this, you know. It's like, what should he do?
つまり星名君の場合は能力を抱えたままでももっと前向きに明るく生きるようになればいいわけだ。
Live happily, hon. Easier said than done.
そう。なりたいと思っても簡単になれるものでもないだろう。
具体的な方法が思いつかないというのはそういうことですか？
方法は一つじゃない。ただどういう方法になるにしろすべては星名君の心次第というわけだ。
Feel a pang of guilt upon seeing Ayachi-san's expression. It may have been an accident, but that doesn't change that it was me who stole her fragments. I want to do something about it, but what? Can I compensate her by offering something else? Wait, before that. So I know these heart fragments are important to you, or that you really need them, but why? Why are you gathering them?
それは
She avoids answering. Maybe this is a sensitive topic for her. Well, I just thought maybe I could give you something of equal value. Did I ask something I shouldn't have?
いや、そうだな。ここまで来たんだ。それに星名くんも無関係ではないからね。
Yeah, I think definitely this is like the right route to go. It just seems natural that they would kind of help each other, considering his ability is perfectly suited to kind of dealing with other people's issues, right? Like being able to tell when someone's feeling down and being able to like kind of read their emotions would certainly help you kind of get to the problem, right? Like, hey, they're talking to me about their test scores right now. Maybe on the outside it doesn't seem like they're really bothered by it, but on the inside, they are, and I can feel that, right? I have that bitter taste. That would certainly help, because the reality is nobody really likes talking about their problems extensively. At least stubborn people, which is I've come to find is a lot, including myself. It's hard to talk about those sometimes, so having somebody who could just kind of figure it out in another way might help.
七尾、それってどういうことですか？
星名くん、君は先ほどどうしてこんな能力を持ってるのかと言ったが、その答えを私は知っている。君の能力、それは魔法だよ。
Yep, that's the explanation to everything. Magic.
別にからかってるわけじゃないよ。戸惑う気持ちも理解できるが、まあ話を聞いてほしい。
Okay, sure.
魔法と聞いてうさんくささを感じるだろうけど、実際に魔法はあるんだよ。とはいえ想像しているような自由なものじゃないけどね。
I don't know. What's your guys' opinion on magic stories? Do you like when magic is more of like a limited thing, or when they can just like throw it out there like crazy, like who you would in a video game? I think I personally like a balance. So I just got done playing the Leyline series, and magic in that wasn't my favorite. I feel like magic was this really reserved thing, and a lot of people like just couldn't seemingly use it on a whim. Like you couldn't use on demand. It was more through like items that you used magic. I wouldn't say that was my favorite concept of the use of magic. And I was fine with it for the story, but that's not really my particular favorite. I like magic that has really big limitations. Like, hey, most people can't use a lot of it, and then some people are like insanely powerful and can access more of it than others, and they're able to do like incredible things with it. I guess Leyline kind of had a similar concept to that with Nana, but I like when they actually use real spells more. Those are the kind of stories I like. Like Harry Potter, I think was really cool. I didn't really get their magic system too well. Like I didn't understand. I don't know some of the limitations of it, but
例えば魔法を使えるのは一度だけ。しかも魔法を使うためには条件がある。その一つが魔女になってとある契約を完遂させなければいけない。
okay, so magic in this is really limited then, which, not one of my favorite tropes, but that's fine. So become a witch and fulfill a certain contract.
このとある契約というのが重要でね。と、ここまで言えばわかるだろ?
Probably not. You're gonna have to explain it to me. I'm not too bright on the picking up of things sometimes. You guys have to point things out to me, and I have to get clarification. I just overthink things. Sometimes, like, it literally says outright that something is this way, and I'm not sure if I believe it. I'm really skeptical when it comes to that, especially if I want it to be a different way. Like, I want to believe that it's actually this way instead of that. I'll, like, totally deny it. And then it usually turns out that it was just that way. They explained it and there's no hidden meaning to it whatsoever. And then I'm disappointed because I really like put all my cards into there being something more to it. Requires you to gather heart fragments.
そういうことだ。
Which is magic. None of this is meant figuratively, is it?
ああ、そのままの意味だよ。星野くんなら私が嘘や冗談を言ってるかどうかわかるんだろ?
Well, yeah, I don't detect anything strange from you. At least there aren't any signs of her lying or joking.
説明を続けようか。なぜ心のかけらを集めるのか。それは魔法を使用するには魔力が必要となるんだが、魔力は自然に生じるものじゃない。魔力はね、 人間の強い気持ちや感情を元として生成したものなんだ。
I think one source of media that I actually liked how they really did like magic and things like that, even though it was a little bit of a power trip because it's ridiculous the scale of the magic in that, is No Game No Life, surprisingly. I like how they had like the magic circuits, and like if you got rid of those, you couldn't like tap into the mana that's all around you. So kind of like when they were playing the game with Jibril, like he got rid of the magic circuits in her, so she couldn't like tap into all the magic that was around her. I thought that was a really cool concept, and like humans didn't have any capacity to really use any of the mana that's around them. Like the whole world was like kind of filled with mana. It was all around you, right? And like humanity like wasn't able to access it. I thought that was a really cool like way of doing magic. I just wanted to kind of mention that if you guys have ever seen or read. I was reading it at one point. I haven't read it in a long time, but
まあつまり自分の願いを叶えるために必要となる魔力は自分で集めなければいけないという契約なのさ。
so basically Ayashi-san has been gathering heart fragments in order to fulfill a wish of hers.
瓶の中がかけらでいっぱいになれば契約完了というわけだ。
That completely screwed up that process.
私たちはそうやって心のかけらを集める人間を魔女と呼んでいる。
I like this versus like some other things that like have witches and stuff in like contracts. I'm thinking of a certain show, and Madoka Magica was not something I enjoyed. Believe it or not, I've always heard that that was like a top tier anime, and I see why people think that way. I see why people really like it, and perhaps I need to go back and rewatch it again. I don't think I really went into it really enjoying it, and I just kind of kept that attitude the whole time instead of really embracing it. It is a pretty dark show, and I don't know, maybe I just didn't like the way they did some things, but I just can't genuinely say I enjoyed it. But that was a little bit of a different take on like witches and magic for sure. Interesting. I like this because they're gathering the heart fragments. They're kind of doing a good thing, and in return, they're getting a reward. I think good deeds should always be rewarded, just out of principle, right? But the reality is sometimes you do good things in life, and you don't really see the reward right away. I think you as a person are rewarded, right? I think your personality and who you are is rewarded when you choose to like help others and just choose to be a good person and help in society. I guess that's karma, right? Like you know, what you do, you know, comes back around to you, and if you're doing good things, you know, good things will come to you. Sure, I guess I believe in that a little bit. But I think the reality sometimes is that you do good things in life, and that there's consequences for any action you take. Sometimes whether you do the right or wrong things, sometimes bad things happen to you either way. You know, sometimes you might help somebody in life and they'll screw you over. And I mean, that's ultimately kind of out of your hands. You know, everybody has their own right to do what they want to do, and sometimes they'll choose to do you wrong. So it can be kind of confusing. Sometimes bad things happen to good people, and that's just, you know, how it works. You guys are messaging me in the Discord while I'm recording.
そして本題なんだが、星名くん。
Yeah, sorry I'm talking so much. Like, just sitting here listening to the conversation makes my mind go and think about other things. I have some bad ADHD when it comes to that, and I really try not to show it, but I've just learned to embrace it over time, and hopefully someone else who has ADHD will be like, yeah, I do the same thing, you know? When I hear a song lyric, or hear a line that someone says that is from like a song, I'll just like start quoting it. Like my mind just immediately jumps to it.
君の母君はおそらく魔女だろう。
Hey, don't talk about my mother like that. She was a nice woman. Come again?
ネネと同じように心のかけらを集めて願いを叶えた人間のはずなんだ。
She should have wished to live. Really? My mom was a witch.
おそらくだが、見た時から気づいていたんだけれど、星名くんの体からはかすかに魔法の気配を感じる。さっき教えてくれた君の他人の気持ちを感じる能力。それは母君の魔法の一部だろう。
No, all jokes aside, though, I think like the message we're gonna probably get is something along the lines of she wished to like be able to have you. Maybe she was infertile. Maybe she was dying. Maybe she wished for a little bit more time to spend with you before things went down the way they did. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. They have some interesting routes they could go with this. And my mom had the same ability, and she obtained that ability because she wished for it.
同じではないかな。君よりも強力だったはずだ。五感で感じる程度じゃなく、人の心を完全に読むぐらいに。星名くんが受け継いでいるのはあくまで一部だよ。
My mom could do that, and that's something she wanted.
心のかけらが星名くんに反応したのも、その魔法の気配があったからこそだろうな。
一つ思ったことがあるんですが。
Aichi-san gingerly interposes.
どうした？
You know, it's good to ask questions, Nene. It's always good to ask questions. It's always good to be curious. That's kind of my philosophy. If people are telling you not to ask questions and not trying to gain understanding, it's usually a red flag for me.
星名くんも魔女の契約を結べば、その能力を消すことができるんじゃないですか？
いや、残念ながらそれは無理だ。魔法を使えるのは一度きり。一部とはいえ、星名くんは魔法を宿している。星名くんには契約を結ぶことはできないだろう。
Well, that's good to know going forward. So we can't use magic again. I'm wondering what they're gonna do with the other girls. I'm wondering if all the girls that have a route are gonna end up using this in some way, or if it's just gonna be Nene. Maybe only Nene will end up being able to use it. And I wonder what her wish is gonna be. I wonder if they're gonna go some cliche route, like, I'm gonna use my wish to be with you forever, live happily ever after. They'll do something kind of cheesy like that, or what exactly she's gonna wish for. Hope it's something more interesting than that.
それに、安易な契約はおすすめしない。ねえねえ。それは君が一番わかってるんじゃないか？
それは。
What do you mean?
魔女が結ぶ契約。つまり、お互いに支払うものが必要になる。
Ah, okay. So it's gonna be kind of like, was that Full Metal Alchemist, where you have to offer something of equal value, Yeah. That's what the Mana Witches Gather is for, isn't it?
それは願いを叶えるための対価であって、いわば必要経費みたいなもの。契約金はまた別というわけだ。
What would that
契
be?
約を交わした魔女は、自身の感情でも魔力を支払わなければならない。しかもその魔力は強制的に徴収される。そして何よりも一度契約すると途中で解約はできず完遂するしかない。
So wait, are they saying you have to give up kind of like an emotion? Yeah, that doesn't sound good. I don't know if I'd want to do that. Almost sounds like a contradiction of a demon. That's harsh.
ああ、それは非常に正しい感想だ。そもそも魔女というのは悪魔に身を売ったものという意味だからね。
Well, shit. Why are we trying to do this? This sounds like a terrible idea. These men are basically strong emotion gets forcibly extracted from Aichi-san as well. It's gonna be like, oh, we're gonna fall in love, and then she's gonna get like the love extracted from her, because that's gonna be her strong emotion or her feelings towards us, and it's gonna cause this whole big issue, and we're gonna have to like fight to get it back.
そうだよ。ねねの場合は。
Oh no.
やめてください。私のことは言わなくていいんですよ。
Aichi-san covers Soma-san's mouth in a fluster. Why is she blushing so much? Is it something that bad? Shuji, if you have to ask, you already know what it is. Some sort of strong emotion is being evoked within her, which she can't suppress. Oh, Shuji, I'm so glad you connected the dots. Oh, is that why you were masturbating in the library? Sorry, I just kind of let that slip.
ねね、そんなことをしてたのか？
And now it's like, what the hell did you do?
仕方ないんです。さっき七尾が言ったことじゃないですか。逆らえないって。だから発情してしまうのは仕方なくて。
Frickin' rest in peace, Cheems, by the way. The dog, you know the dog meme where he goes bonk? That dog died recently, okay? And it's a really sad thing. And that's all I can think of right now is like, hey, you can go against it, just bonk you on the head whenever you're feeling aroused.
だからって図書室というのはどうなんだ？
Yes, Nanao, I agree. I agree.
だって今まで誰にも見られたことなんてなかったんです。一昨日星名くんに見られたのが初めてなんですよ。
That's still unsanitary. You never should have done it there in the first place. Especially, you know, the fact that somebody could have came in, and they did. Someone was in there. I mean, this is something you do there often. Oh, we caught her.
ありえない。新しい事実まで、しかも自分で言っちゃうだなんてありえないありえないありえない。
わざわざ図書室なんて不特定多数が利用する場所でしなくてもいいだろうに。
Like I said before, there's a few reasons why somebody would want to do it in the library.
それは
There's some reason for it. Does the contract force you to do it there or something?
いえ、発情にも波があって、ひどい時は普通じゃ足りないことも、それに図書室にある机の角の丸みが一番ちょうどよくて。
I love the music in the background, by the way. I think it is absolutely perfect for what's going on. Oh, I see. She actually has her favorite desks for it, man. That's extra level stuff right there. She's more into masturbating than I thought. She's a real master masturbator. I can't.
最悪、最悪です。もうやだ。お家帰る。落ち着け。
I think she's talking to me.
とまあ、ネネの場合は発情だな。
So basically, she gets sexually excited.
そういう興奮も含めて強制的に気持ちよくなっていくという方が正しいかな。
Okay, I'm glad they're kind of explaining this, albeit in a way I didn't expect. Okay, I understand now. I was thinking they had to, like, take an emotion. I guess it makes you feel that emotion more strongly. In her case, it's arousal. So literally it's doing nothing, because, you know, teenagers be horny, and that's normal, okay? I don't think we should necessarily put a big magnifying glass on it, like, hey, you know, I think media already does that enough. They make them really horny, stupid teenagers in every show for some reason. You know, which maybe is true, but like they always over dramatize it. I can happen to any time and any place. Oh man, that sounds rough.
何が代償として引き出されるかは契約者には選ぶことができないんだ。
I mean, you can negotiate.
おすすめしない理由は分かっただろ。もっとも先ほど言った通り、星名くんは魔女にはなれないだろうが。
Yeah, I don't want that. I have so much I want to say, and I just don't really want to talk about it. Aishisan's case might be an extreme example, but still, the fact that you can get no say in it is pretty harsh. Granted, the price is determined by the weight of the contract, so in other words, the scale of the magic. For the most part, the terms are random. But looking at it the other way around, that means Aichi-san has a wish important enough to go through this ordeal in order to fulfill it. Because Amishi's back to square one, I can see why she wants those fragments back so badly now.
とにかく心のかけらを回収するためには星名くんの心を埋めなければならない。
Yeah, so we pretty much just reset her, right? Like, we just took all these fragments she's been, like, desperately, like, trying to get so she can, you know, get rid of this problem that she's got going on right now. And we pretty much Um, I don't know how to say this. We really screwed her over. Like, she's just got to keep dealing with this. It's like the ultimate tease. For that to happen, I need to do something about it myself. To me, this power I have is nothing but a nuisance. If I can make myself see in a more optimistic light, I can return the fragments to Aichi-san. Can't say I have much confidence. It would have been nice and easy if I could get rid of this power altogether.
それはどうだろう。仮に能力が消えたとしても、心が埋まるかどうかは怪しいと思うが。
Why is that?
悩みが一つ消えたからといって、人が変わったようにポジティブな人間になれると思う？
Depends on how big the worry was. Well, yeah, you have a point.
生きている以上、悩みがなくなることはないよ。だからこそ、悩みが解決することが重要なんじゃないか？
Actual good advice. Okay, I actually agree with that. As hard as it is, and I'm definitely not a good example of this. I think the best way to solve problems is just to face them head on. And as you do that, the more you kind of confront your problems, the easier they get. The more capable you become of handling them. It's when you run away from your problems, or you delegate it to someone else, or you turn to vices. Let's just use alcohol. You know, alcohol kind of masks problems, right? If you use alcohol to mask your problems, chances are the problems are just going to get worse because you're not facing them. You're not strengthening yourself against them. You're just kind of relieving yourself from them temporarily. And a lot of people live like that. And it's just not going to help you in the long run. It's not fixing your problem.
もう、こんな家庭も魔女になれない以上無意味なわけだがね。
One more question while we're at it. Do demons really exist? Well, you said like witches have sold their souls to a demon, right?
ああ、それか。悪魔というのはあくまでイメージの話だよ。
I don't know. I
本
think
当は
fairies
ど
and
ちらか
sprites.
というと、妖精や精霊と呼ぶ方が近いかもしれないな。
I find fairies and sprites to be kind of evil. So then, Ayashi-san, you've also made a contract with a fairy.
そもそも契約内容がおかしいんです。発情っていくらなんでも発情はおかしいでしょ。だから学院内でオナニーなんて。
I think you have a choice. Not yet back from Depression Land, are we? That's the thing. That's a 24-hour land. You don't leave. There's no exit. You just find yourself in it.
ごめんなさい。つい考え込んでしまった。
アルプというんだがね。日本なら妖怪という言い方をするかもしれないな。もうそういった類の不思議な存在だよ。
Sure, you can call them whatever you want. Really?
要領を得ないか？そうだね。ならばアルプについて証明をしよう。そうすれば今までのうさんくさい話も信じやすくなるだろう。
Can you really do that?
できる。というよりも、
七尾は人間じゃないんです。私が契約を結んだアルプなんです。
We're talking to the devil herself. Oh, wait, Somo-san is a fairy. This means she's definitely not getting a route.
それを今から見せるのさ。
A graceful flick of her fingers, a crisp snap rings out through the cafe. Beads of light appear, as if the sound itself has taken form and filled the room before us. And once the light dissipates. Okay, we can talk about the fact that she's a cat, which is not a surprise to me. I knew this was coming. But can we talk about the fact that they literally had to show her underwear? Yeah, of course they had to show her bra and her underwear, because we have to know that information clearly. That's vital to the story. And this is all a tease, because you know you'll never get with her. You know that she's not a romanceable character, which maybe is a good thing because she's a cat. Who knows? The tiny black cat sitting before me. She's looking at me with large, round almond eyes. So cute. Black cat sitting where someone was just standing moments ago. Around the counter, the clothes someone was just wearing, including her underwear. Someone's underwear is on the ground.
七尾の本当の姿。人間ではなく、元は猫だったんです。
It would have been nice, you know, if she could have just gone in the other room and, you know, done this and then, walked back. So, her clothes aren't just sitting in the middle of the cafe here.
まあそういうことだ。しかし人間の姿で過ごすようになって長いからか裸で人前に立つのはちょっと不安になるの。
You can still
テ
talk.
レパシーというかもうこれも魔法だ。
Yeah, magic. There's a lot of that. Can you use magic as often as you
簡
want?
単なものだけだよ。そしてその代わり自分たち自身が魔女になることはできない。つまりネネのような魔女が望んでいる大規模な魔法を使うことはできないんだ。
Are all cats, Alps, or whatever, they're not all magical beings like you, are
そ
they?
の点はどう説明すればいいか。強い感情、つまり魔力に長く触れることで動物の中に変化が訪れる者がいる。日本にも猫が年老いて猫股になるという伝説があるだろう。あれはそういうことだ。まずこの時点で長命になる。
Sure.
その上で長い月日を重ねていくとこの世の断り以外のものが見えてくるようになり。
Light once again engulfs the cafe, robbing me of my vision. Once light dissipates and the black cat's place stands Somasan, except this time. Oh no. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't make me censor this. Don't do it.
人間の姿に変化できる存在になる。
No. You guys told me this was gonna happen, and I didn't believe you. This is literally the all ages version. I didn't even do the full one. Buck naked. I see.
どこを見ていってるんですか？
Where everybody else is looking. Don't tell me. I don't even care if you're a woman. You're looking at the same place I am, okay? This freaking game. Sorry, I'm late.
あれ？星名、投稿しても平気なの？体調不良だったんでしょ？
Sick of their shit. Yeah, my doctor gave me the okay.
そう。無理はしないようにね。じゃあ、授業を続けるよ。
Following my short exchange with Hishashimi. Yeah. Please, game, work with me. Well, this isn't even a game thing. This is just Japanese. Hi, Sashimi. Hi, Sashima Sensei. I have trouble with this every single time. I need to just call her by her actual name instead of calling her by her last name. And it does my seat. I'm sighing, but it's for different things. Entering class in the middle of a lesson is awkward. Trying to pronounce Japanese and failing while, I'm trying to look cool in a video is awkward. Yeah, I'm normally pretty cool except when I try to do Japanese, I know. Especially if you're alone. Aichi-san and I decided to come to school separately in order to avoid raising suspicions. Anything about Soma-san's explanation on my own will help me process everything. She'll into more detail after she transformed back into a human, but it's also hard to take in. It's like, who does she think she is just flashing us like that in the middle of her freaking cafe, huh? Witches, magic, and Alps. Alps are animals that went through a process of magical transformation. By making a contract with an Alp, one can become a witch and use magic to fulfill a wish of theirs. The nature of the magic is based on the witch's wish, and it's up to the witch to collect the mana necessary for said magic. Okay, I want us to skip whatever the story is right now. I want us to just abandon everything. I don't care about Nene's wish, okay? I want us to gather all the heart fragments and make a wish for our own. I want us to wish for a route with her, okay? Or the teacher. Actually, both. I want one with both, okay? We need one with each of them. That's what we're gonna manifest with our wish, okay? I want us to just abandon everything else because nobody else matters. I want us to be completely selfish and just do what needs to be done. Once established, a contract can never be canceled, though adjustments are apparently possible to a certain extent. According to Soma-san, Alps themselves can only use simple forms of magic. It's not a matter of talent. Their very nature prevents the use of higher magic. Mana is sourced from emotions. That means it's impossible to gather large amounts of mana or use higher magic if you can't understand human emotion. and the stronger the magic, the more important it is to strongly wish for it. Maybe that's kind of why she just showed us. She literally exposed herself in front of us. Maybe because she doesn't understand human emotion very much. The elves don't have strong wishes. Their desires don't match up to a witch's who would pay any price for their wish. Because she didn't seem like she showed a lot of embarrassment earlier when Nene was talking about her consequence. What they do have is a keen interest in humans. This is why they use witch emotions as their main source of mana. It's so that they can better understand human emotions. Okay. Yeah, I actually like this whole system. Humans, on the other hand, have endless desires. We do. We glorify some of the most vile and random and most disgusting things on the planet. We literally have waifus. We literally idolize imaginary women, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And if you're a JoJo's fan, you imagine fake men, imaginary men. Elves transform the strong desires and emotions from their witch candidates into magic. The magic used to fulfill a wish depends on the nature of said wish. The bigger the wish, the more impossible it is, the more mana necessary for the spell. It's also related to a random nature of their emotional price, which is pay. Elves act as little more than go-betweens. They aren't involved in the spell itself. What they do is manage the mana and oversee the process until a spell is activated. To sum everything up, this kind of relationship Aichi-san and Soma have, though the way I see it, they're just not just using each other for their own benefits. They almost seem like sisters to me. Aichi-san has been helping out students with their problems in the OC in order to gather heart fragments. I have no doubt they were being honest with me, especially since I saw Soma transform with my own eyes. We also saw her untransform with our own eyes, which means that my mom was really a witch. If my ability came from my mom, then what was she using her powers for? Why did she wish for them in the first place?
今日は突然すまなかった。あまりに特別な事態だから実際に星名くんを見て確認をしたかったんだ。
I mean, it begs the question, what exactly is Nene wishing for? What's so important to her, and why is she suffering through things for it? I mean, she kind of has to. From my understanding, you have to fill the contracts, and once you've made it, you can't back out. So she's kind of stuck gathering the heart fragments now with some lewd side effects. Everyone in this is so lewd. I can't believe it. Because I feel like Cafe Stella definitely had like a few lewd moments here and there. I mean, they kind of started off like showing our best friend's panties and things like that, right? Like that's how they started that game. But this I gotta say has started a lot more lewd, okay? And I'm playing the all ages version. This is pretty lewd for an all ages version, absolutely. It's fine. I was happy to learn something new about my mom.
そうか。ならいいが、突然奇妙な話を聞かされて戸惑うことも多かっただろう。
Yeah, it is a little bit confusing, but I get the premise. I get what we're setting out to accomplish. I'm curious to see in what way we do that. I suppose.
だろうね。正直なのはいいことだよ。
I want to know though, and I don't think it does. We don't have like a flow chart.
システムを設定してね。
Yeah, there's no kind of like flow chart to this, I guess. I really liked how they did that in Cafe Stella. It made getting onto certain routes a little bit easier, I guess. I do believe it all. I just need some time to process it.
それがいい。落ち着いてゆっくり考えてくれ。ああ、ついでに一つ忠告がある。
Yeah, what is it?
ネネの一件とは別で考えても、心の穴を埋めることは星名くんにとって悪いことではないよ。
Yeah, I think we can accomplish both.
心に穴が開くというのはね、バランスが崩れるどころの話じゃない。生きるための活力が足りない状態だ。
Yep, never felt that personally. Not at all.
心身どちらにも良くないことを引き起こしてしまう。これは決して脅しではないよ。
Yeah, we're literally just trying to solve depression.
ああ、チャイムか。じゃあ今日はここまで。
Hisashimi. Ha! I every time I try to do it, I try to pronounce it a different way. Hisashima Sensei. Isa Shima Sensei closes her textbook and leaves the classroom. I'm sure if I understood Japanese a little bit better and I could kind of see like the characters, I could break it up easier. Like it's kind of hard when you're trying to do it in English versus I would imagine like if I really had an understanding of the Japanese alphabet, which I've tried to learn and I'm not too good at it, but they know how to break up things like that, and I'm not at that point. She closes her textbook and leaves the classroom.
星野、大丈夫なの？
病気なのか？
No, don't worry about me. I had a headache, but some light painkillers helped with that.
それならいいけど。
I know. I had like a headache all day yesterday, and part of today. I think it's gotten a little bit better, but those are annoying.
でも遅刻してても登校するあたりは真面目だよな。俺ならサボる、絶対。
Oh yeah, I would have too, Hideki. Don't worry, you are normal for that. No point idling away at home.
無理はしない方がいいよ。顔色がいつもより悪いかも。
Do I? I feel fine, honestly.
気にしすぎなだけかな。
See, I can relate to both of them. One is like I'd go and idle my day away at home. And I'm like, yeah, I could do that. I do that a lot. And then she's like, am I overthinking things? I'm like, yeah, I overthink things a lot too.
悪いって言うほどじゃないと思う。けど確かに元気はなさそうだな。まあ、病院に行くぐらいだから当然か。
Is that what we're calling Soma-san? We're calling her a doctor because I guess she's more of a therapist to me. Really feel no different than
そ
usual.
っか。変なこと言って悪いね。
Don't worry, Wakana. You could do no wrong. Sorry for worrying you, really, though. I'm feeling a lot better.
調子が悪くなったら無理せず早退とかした方がいいぞ。
Have you noticed every time they have a character that likes to do music and things like that, they're always like short and young? I could think of Chrono Clock. I could think of Happy Mayor. I could think of this. Like it's always the young, short-looking lolly girl, or the younger girl that seems to have interest in music. Just kind of an interesting observation. Don't worry, I will. Following that, I attended the rest of the day's classes, but I couldn't concentrate whatsoever. Yet despite all that thinking, I don't feel any closer to coming to a solution. I guess can't figure out how to be more positive with a little bit of thinking.
結局最後まで授業を受けたな。体調は？
I'm feeling fine. I'm going straight home today just to be safe,
そ
though.
れがいいだろうな。あ、送っていってやろうか。
You don't have to, besides being escorted home by another guy. It's just sad.
減らず口が言えるなら心配なさそうだな。
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I used to walk home with my guy friends. Is that so wrong? God, I'd see you.
あ、気をつけて帰れよ。
Ayachi-san. Call it to Ayachi-san, who was walking out of me. She came to school after me when the next break had come around. She was walking to the second building, so I guess she's planning on doing her club activities today as well.
星野くん、どうかしましたか？
I don't need anything. I just wanted to let you know that I'm heading home early today.
そうですか。
I'd like you to give me some time to think through everything Soma-san told me about.
はい、大丈夫です。焦ってもどうしようもありませんから。
That's the face of a broken woman. She's just like, yeah, I just have to deal with all this shit. I have to deal with this uncontrollable dark urge. You know, there's usually like other mystical beings that have urges like this, like vampires. You know, I have this urge to drink blood, you know, and then there's Ayachi. I have this urge to scratch an itch.
それじゃあ、今日のところはさよならですね。
Gosh, I need to close the curtains more. The light's coming into my room and ruining my lighting. No, it's fine, actually. Yeah, right. Oh, that's right, Ayachi-san.
はい、何ですか？
You knew that I was troubled by something, didn't you? You wouldn't have asked to read my fortune otherwise.
それははっきりとした確信があったわけじゃありません。
Yeah.
どこか私に似ている気がしたんです。
Me to her. What do I do the loner that I am have in common with a popular girl like Ayachi-san?
クラスで見ていて思ったんですが、どこか線を引いて付き合っているように見えたんです。
I mean, he kind of has to, for reasons. I mean, you know those reasons. He's right, that's because I have a secret I can't tell anyone about. Having a secret of her own, she must know what it's like. I guess we really are in the same in this regard. While you're at it, can I ask you what gave you that impression of me?
そうですね。主には全体の雰囲気が一番の理由なんですが、それでもあえて答えるなら表情でしょうか。楽しそうにしてる時でもどこか楽しみきれていないと言いますか、そういう気持ちは私にもありますから。
Damn, everybody in this is just depressed. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, interesting. There's a part of you that's always on alert when you're hiding secrets. I think that's what she's talking about. Maybe Karia, Kaido, and Hisashimiya Sensei, Shima Sensei, seeing that in me is why they've been harder on me lately. That behavior has turned into a habit at this point. Filling up the hole in my heart means I need to do something about that part of me, right? Can I really change that? I honestly can't imagine how. Thanks, Ayachi-san.
いえ、お礼を言われるほどのことでは。
I do like Nene's character. Like she is a nice character. I'm really surprised though that they haven't given us more time with the other ones. I mean, clearly there's a few members of the cast we've briefly been introduced to, or not at all. All right then.
はい、また。
Bye bye. I part with Ayachi-san and head home, doing some grocery shopping for dinner along the way.
ただいま
Hi, Dad. Rick, what is it when you say welcome home? Okairi? Is that something like Okairi?
今日の晩ご飯
Yeah, I think
な
something
に
else. Cabbage rolls and some side dishes to go along with that.
煮物ってお前何時に帰ってきたんだお前本当に友達がいるんだろうな
You be nice. I do have friends. First you complained yesterday about me slacking off, and now you give me this. I specifically made your favorite dish because you asked for it.
文句を言いつつも優しくしてくれるよなお前のそういうとこ父
This
さん好きだ
freaking
ぜ
guy. Yeah, whatever. Well, stewing does take a while. You're mainly just waiting as it cooks. It's perfect when you want to think about stuff.
さてと着替えるかなおっとその前にただいま母さん今日も仕事頑張ったよ
Worked like Mr. Beast again. Apparently Mr. Beast works like all day. Like he I don't know if I watched this interview with Colin and Samir that were talking to him, and he's like, yeah, I'll work for like 10 days in a row and I'll pretty much work the whole day. And then, you know, if I get tired after that point, you know, maybe I'll take a few days off. But he's like, I just work until I can't. I'm like, damn, I don't want to do that. That's not how I want to live my life. I don't live to work. Say,
なんだ
what kind of person was Mom?
そりゃいい女だったぞ文句のつけようもなくてもう最高でも急にどうしたお前がそういうこと聞くなんて
No reason, I'm just curious. Anyways, that's not the kind of stuff I want to know.
じゃあ出会いと初デートどっちが聞きたい
Not asking about your romantic moments with her. What I'm wanting to know is how she usually was and what her personality was like. You know, like how she was on the inside.
器量よし性格よしで愛嬌もある文句なしの素晴らしい女性
Damn. This guy is better than me, that's for sure. I mean, not to say I don't compliment my wife, but like, look at the way he talks about her. Like, that's how you need to talk about your woman. Make her your queen. Don't be a simp, but make her your queen, okay? Make sure she knows that you love her. Look, I've heard all those things before. Is there anything else you want to tell me about her? But yeah, maybe be a little bit more specific. You know, you can say all of these nice adjectives and stuff, but
そう言われてもなああそうだ母さんは耳が不自由だったことって言ってたか
oh, she was deaf. Okay, no, you certainly have not.
なやっぱり言ってなかったかまあそういう苦労を持っている人だっただからいろいろ困ることも多かったはずなんだが全然すれたところもなくて素直で可愛らしい
Really? I don't know. I feel like he hasn't really talked about her much if we're this old and don't know about that.
実はあの事故も車に気づけなかったのはそれが理由の一つでな
Ah, shit. She died in a car accident?
後天性なもので昔は普通に聞こえていた分苦労したみたい
Ah,
な
okay.
でも そんなことを感じさせないぐらい母さんは優しい人。
Like how she'd make the food you want without you telling her.
うん。それもあるが、飯に限ったことじゃない。欲しい時に必要なものを差し出してくれる気遣いがあった。
I wonder if she had the same ability that we do.
とても聡明で空気を読むのがうまいっていうのかな。まるで人の心が読めてるみたいだったぞ。
It's like someone's unsuspected.
コミュニケーションで困ったこと、多分最初の頃ぐらいかな。一緒に過ごすうちにお互いのことを理解していって、気づけば目と目で通じ合うっていう状態。やっぱり母さんとは運命だったんだろうな。
It is sweet hearing him talk about her, though. I don't know about all that. Well, not that I can remember anything about her otherwise.
そうか。まだ赤ん坊だったからな。お前をあやすのもうまくって、泣いてる理由をすぐに把握してたぞ。俺なんてさっぱりだったのに。
I hate to tell you, that's just because she's a woman and you're a man. Of course, we don't know why they're crying. It's like, oh shit, are they hungry? Like, I don't know. Freaking. Wasn't I just crying because you're so annoying and loud?
ひどいな、お前。
Yeah, he didn't deny it. She always does come off as a kind person in the photos.
そりゃ、父さんが惚れた女だからな。困ってる人は見過ごせない。
I mean, like anyone who would ask.
いや、本当に困ってる人限定だ。相手のためにならない時とか、断る時はちゃんと断ってたぞ。
That's what he needs to do. You know, some people, it's like you have to let them figure things out for themselves, or you have to hit them. You have to let them. Yeah, don't hit people. Sorry, I misspoke. You have to let them hit rock bottom sometimes. Like when they have like an addiction, and it's like you keep helping them, but it's really just them coasting along and feeding the addiction. Sometimes it's better just to let them have no help and nowhere to go, and so they have to, you know, change something about their life because, you know, people are stubborn and people want to maintain their lifestyle or the way their appearance is, you know. And I'm not just saying physically, but they want to maintain like this idea that they're a certain person, right? Sometimes you just have to let people go down wrong paths because they're stubborn and they won't do it any other way. And eventually, when you go down wrong paths, it leads you to a wall, and you kind of have to decide to change something because, you know, you can't go any further. Usually, that direction is down. You know, it's rare that people figure it out before they hit an extreme. But if they do, that's great. So I guess that means she wasn't helping people to gather mana. Judging by what Dad had said, she must have been helping people even after she had become able to read
本
minds.
人は耳で苦労してた頃に人に親切にしてもらったからとか、自分にできることだからしてるだけだとか、そんなことを言ってた気がする。
That's a great reason to help people.
なあ、素晴らしいだろう。さすが俺の嫁。
I mean, I do commend him. He still talks about her. And I don't know if he's purposely chose to remain single. Maybe he would remarry if he got the chance, but it's nice that he still talks about her and isn't remarried, you know? Like he still has that much love. Really is.
たとえ親切心だとしてもな、やっぱり素直に受け取ってもらえないことだってあったんだ。
I'm pretty sure you could give everything in the world to somebody and not everyone's gonna appreciate it. They're just gonna be like, whatever, I don't care.
感謝されなかったり、文句を言われたりもした。それでも母さんは不平や不満を口にはしなかった。
Yeah, I mean, there's some people you can give an inch and they'll complain you didn't give them a mile, right? Or there's some people that you'll give an inch and they will take a mile.
人助けした後は
They'll take
幸
advantage
せ
of you.
そうな顔してたぞ。相手の態度がどうであれ。
I don't know. I'm personally of the belief, though, that it depends on what you feel as the person who's giving. If you're doing it with good intent, you know, then hopefully karma will come back around and you'll be rewarded for that eventually. Even if the consequence is that, like, hey, they screwed you over, maybe that made your life a little bit harder, or maybe you lost a friendship, or, you know, whatever that may be. It's hard. Sometimes doing the right thing leads to bad things, but ultimately, I think you are rewarded in some way Even if that's not like something you can see, you're rewarded as a person for trying to do the right thing. Yeah.
またその表情が可愛くってさ。父さん、何度母さんに惚れ直したことか。数え上げたらキリがない。もう思い出しただけでも父さん胸がキュンキュンしてきちゃう。
Okay, Dad. You're starting to sound like a simp. Okay, good for you.
なんだかアルバムが見たくなってきた。確か机の引き出しに入れてたはずだけど。
Yeah, I guess.
おう、ちょっと待ったらよ。
Dad, don't run for the house like a child. So that's the kind of person Mom was, huh? Once again, gaze at the photo of Mom sitting on the table. That happy smile of hers doesn't look forced or fake one bit. Based on what Dad told me, it does seem like Mom could actually read minds. I really must have inherited my ability from her. She looks so happy. I guess that means she was seeing her ability in a positive way, and that she didn't have a hole in her heart like me. Look at myself in the mirror, and then try on my usual smile. Yikes. Holy smokes, my face is a lot grosser than I remember. I look like a total creep. I don't know. I didn't have a great smile, I think, when I was younger. I didn't really take a lot of pictures because I hated them, which is really funny in contrast to my wife, who has photos and photos of like every single year of her life, which is wild to me because I have photos kind of here and there, and most of the time those photos were because I was forced to take them, not because I wanted to. So I do appreciate that she has so much of her life documented. It is cool to look back on. I don't really think I could say the same, but I think a lot of that was depression for me. I don't think I liked my self-image, and I definitely didn't like remembering a lot of the times that I had. When I look back now, it wasn't that bad. I didn't know better. I'll have to make sure not to look at computer monitors while they're dark. But seriously, this is just bad, even accounting for my bad looks. His face is just gross, nothing like Mom's smile. It's no wonder people think I'm weird. It all makes sense now. Gotta say though, I'm pretty good at sarcastic and sheepish smiles. I think a lot of your looks, I mean, some people just are born looking amazing. Some people are born looking maybe not so amazing. I think a lot of it's, whether you're willing to put the time into like kind of making yourself who you want to be. It's like if you want to work out and look better, that's something you just got to put time into. Just exercise, right? I say that as someone who put on a lot of weight, and I don't exercise enough, so I don't lose it, and I complain about it. But that I could change that if I wanted to. Anyways, I think it was overall a good episode. We learned a lot more about the heart fragments and kind of mana and the Alps, the fairies. I got to see a little bit more of the fairy than I wanted to. At least buy me dinner first. She did not do that. No, she gave me coffee, right? So maybe that technically was buying me something first. Anyways, debates aside, it's Friday when I learned about my mom. Interesting. So we're learning more about our mom. Apparently, she kind of shares a little bit of the same ability. I like where they're going with this so far. I like the idea of it, and I'm curious to see kind of how we're gonna get back to those heart fragments. I'm curious to see kind of what that process is gonna look like, and maybe we'll get to start being introduced to the other two characters we haven't met. Maybe we'll get to talk to Toko more. That would be nice, other than just spending time with Nene. I mean, I like Nene, but I would like to have more of a full cast than just talking to her all the time. We'll see if that happens. Anyways, you guys, hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.